Hey, Danny here, and today I'm going to talk about how to overcome any addiction with a technique that I created myself, which perfectly worked for me. So I hope it works for you. And if it doesn't, I'm going to put some numbers down below. You could call to get some professional help. Now, before I start, I'm going to give you a little story about how I got into my addiction when I was a kid, when I was younger. So this was back in high school. So in high school, I was a little, I don't want to say weird. I don't think anybody's weird. Is I was different. People are different. So I was very different, and I was fine with it. I had no problem with myself. I was pretty comfortable being myself, and I didn't have a lot of friends. I know you've heard that a lot. I really didn't have a lot of friends. Anybody who wanted to be my friend back then would have been appreciated by me. I used to draw. I drew a lot. I also wanted to be an astronaut until I grew up, and I found that my country didn't have space-related studies. I'm from Central Africa, Equatorial Guinea. It's a third world country. Eventually, I made a friend, a couple of them actually, but one of them in particular. I don't want to say his name. I don't know if he'd like to be in this video, so let's just call him Mr. A. Mr. A was a cool friend of mine from back in the days, right? He was amazing as a friend. He was always there when I needed him. Anything I needed, I could just ask him, and he would just, give it to me. He would help me all the times. I actually have no problems with this guy. To this day, I don't blame him for my addiction at all. None of that. He was amazing. One day, we go to his house, and we were going to his house for a song. We were recording a song. It wasn't just me. There were a couple of guys in there too. We went to his room, and everybody was scattered and writing rhymes. I'm still an artist. I still make music. If you want to hear some of my stuff, I'm gonna put the link down below if you want to hear me sing. So we're in his room. I'm getting ready to like spit my bars. I'm getting ready to go off, and suddenly he got a pack out. And back in Africa, we call them clubs. So he got a club out, and he got a cigarette out, and he was smoking. He was smoking, and I saw that. And most of the guys, and this is one thing. This is why you should never follow people, and you should never do things that you don't feel comfortable doing just because you want to fit in. The reason why I asked him to give me, because I asked him to give me to give me a cigarette. The reason why I asked him to give me a cigarette is because everybody else was smoking. Every single person in there was smoking, and I felt a little left out. I was like, "What? I'm gonna smoke too." And this is one thing about him. He was a really nice dude, right? He asked me. He always asked me, "Are you sure?" Like I didn't, and he was shocked. He was like, "I didn't know you smoke. Like, are you sure you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, of course." So he gives me a cigarette, and I'm smoking. I'm smoking, right? I'm smoking, and I felt a little uncomfortable because I had never done that. I just kept thinking. I had it on the side of my mouth. I was like, and I just kept thinking. I just kept saying to myself, "You, dude, you really are smoking right now." And I'm standing there talking to one of the guys, acting like I'm one of them. Like, bro, that was a hard verse, bro. Like, that verse was hard. And then I don't know what happened. I passed out, right? From one cigarette. It wasn't weed, it wasn't none of that. It was just cigarette, and I just passed out, bro. I was a soft kid. I woke up at like 5 p.m. and I fell asleep at 1. I know. It was just one cigarette. I get it. But yeah, I wasn't accustomed to that. So when I woke up, nobody was there. Everybody had left. And I just sat there thinking to myself, what did I just do? Now this is what happened. That's how I started. I would keep smoking after that all the times, to the point where I would buy cigarettes with or without Mr. A, my friend, I would just buy it. I remember the first time I bought a pack of cigarettes. I was still really young, and which tells you about the environment I was raised in. Because I was like 16 or something, and I could, because back in Africa, in my country, 16-year-olds could like buy cigarettes, and then like nobody's gonna check him. And I remember just holding the pack of cigarettes, and he clearly said that it could kill me, but I didn't care. I bought it, and I kept smoking. This is when it got bad, because I started smoking one pack for about 2 to 3 days, and then I ended up smoking 3 packs. I would smoke 3 packs in one day. I don't know how much you guys smoke out there, but to me that was a lot. Cause that's all I was doing. All I was doing was smoke. That's all I did. All I did was smoke, right? And it got to a point where I would buy a new pack of cigarettes before the previous one was done. Yeah, I liked it that much. I liked it. I liked smoking. Like that was me. And the saddest thing is the saddest part is you don't know the effects that an addiction has on you until you actually start taking care of yourself. Because back then, I thought I looked good. I thought I was healthy. I thought I was cool. But Jesus Christ, I look back at my pictures back in the days, like a couple years ago, and I'm like, what in the black Jesus? I look like a zombie. Like I'm gonna put the before and after when I was smoking and the present right now that I've stopped and I'm taking care of myself, so you could see. Yeah, it was basically killing me. I was this small. You could see my bones every time I moved. I was like a little zombie. That is how bad it got. Now, a couple years ago, I had a talk with myself because that's how it all starts. It starts with you. You got to have a conversation with yourself about what you want in your life. It always gets to that point. It is going to get to that point at a certain point in your life where you're going to have to look at yourself and say, I, I can't keep doing this. So that's what I did. I had a talk with myself and I decided to stop smoking. How did I do that? You might be asking. Here's how I did it. Of course, I tried the good old cold approach. I tried to stop suddenly. It did not work. It doesn't work for anybody out there who thinks they could just stop. That's not how it works. I went back and then I smoked again, which is very depressing for anybody who's out there who has gone through this. You understand how that is, like when you decide to stop doing something and then not too long after you do it again, you feel like trash. You feel like, really, after everything we didn't been through, everything we talked about, you just gonna do this again? So yeah, that's how I felt. I realized I couldn't just stop. And then what did I do? I came up with a schedule. And this is what I did. Of course, you can apply this to anything in your life. So what I did is I created a schedule. I used to work. I did a overnight valet job at first, and, and since it was overnight, I had the whole day, and I couldn't go a whole day without smoking. So I used to smoke the entire day. So what I did is I switched my job. It was that serious. I changed my job. I went to the Children's Hospital in Houston. The reason why I did that is because their schedule was from 11 to about 6 o'clock, it's like 6 p.m. And I liked it because I would work almost the entire day. So what I did is I only smoked in the mornings and in the evenings. So even if I wanted to smoke, I couldn't because I was at work. And you know how valet jobs are. You're required to work all the times, and we were always running. I had no time to smoke. So that was really good. So I said to myself, okay, I'm going to smoke before I go to work, and I'm going to smoke after. So what happened after that? What happened is I became used to that schedule. And trust me, it wasn't easy. And this is months apart, right? This is like 5 months later. It got to a point where weekends, I didn't work weekends. Like Saturdays, I would smoke in the mornings, and then not smoking the entire day until the evening. Like I wasn't doing it because I wanted to. It was almost like my mind was planned to work like that. And guys, this has to. You would have to want this for it to happen. You gotta be strong. You really have to be strong on this one. You would have to want this. This could work on anything that's bothering you, and on any addiction. It has to come from you. The second thing is, which could help you in this process, is you're gonna have to find something to do with your life. You're gonna have to find something to do with your life. If smoking is all you think about, then you really need some hobbies. You're gonna need something. You need something to do with your life. Something other than smoking. Find it. I found mine. This is not particularly something I was like excited about. I didn't like it at first, I wasn't into that, but the gym. I found the gym. The gym is special, right? Because if you, for example, if you're a person who wants to lose weight and you decide to go to the gym, right, and you meet all these people, you make all these contacts, all these gym friends, the moment you go back to eating unhealthy, you're gonna feel like you're failing them. It's a connection there with your gym brothers and sisters. You're gonna feel like you're doing something wrong. Like it actually restrains you from doing that thing you promised yourself not to do again. And you're just gonna keep going. You're gonna keep going hard. It's very important. It worked for me. And if I can encourage anyone to go to the gym, anyone out there, you should do it. Please do it. It's really good. It's gonna help you. I look way different right now. I'm not super huge, but I'm happy with how I look right now. And I started not too long ago. So it's very important that you find something to do. Because if you're thinking about smoking all the time, you're not doing anything with your life. You need to be doing something. And the gym really helped me. And if you go to the gym, it's going to help you too. I know it's going to help you. It's a fact. It's a fact. It is a fact. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your whole life. Now, this last part is the most important. It works with everything I just told you. With everything I just told you. This is a life decision that you have to make. Now, like I said, in most of my videos previous to this one, I am not here to make you perfect. There's no such thing as perfection. I'm just trying to help you get better at life and everything that you do. And in this video, I'm trying to help you control your addiction. Because I personally cannot make you stop. It has to be you. And that's where this last part comes in. I decided to stop. It got to the point where I had a conversation with myself. I said, you're going to want to smoke. You're going to have the urge at some point. And I said, yeah, I don't care. And if that ever happens, it'll be on my birthdays. Now, this is a funny story. Last year, my birthday, December the 1st, my birthday came, right? And I bought a pack of cigarettes to celebrate. It was a lot of people. It was a party. And then I remember I hadn't smoked in the entire year because I decided to stop. That when I tasted, when I lit up a cigarette, it didn't taste the same. I didn't like it. I ended up throwing the whole pack away. And I got a little emotional because I remembered all the pain I went through with cigarettes. I remembered everything, all the bad experiences I had with it, how I would always, like, my smell was never welcome. People would look at me different and weird. My face, it didn't look good. My cheeks, my cheekbones, I looked like a freaking, I don't know, like a monster or something. I didn't like that. And the moment I tasted that, I was like, nah, I can't do this. I cannot do this. I threw the whole pack away. And I got emotional because I had never done that. So the last part of this video is about you about you making a decision to change your whole life. You have to. At this point, you're not gonna be smoking like you did before. So it's going to be up to you to stop it. Now, like I said, I won't judge you if you were to smoke once a year or twice a year. That's a lot of progress compared to how you used to smoke before. I'm not here to make you perfect. I'm here to help you get better. But it's up to you. Because I could talk to you, I could say things to you, I could encourage you. But it's up to you to change your life. And I know you can. And if you've been trying this whole time, and nobody tells you this, I am proud of you. I'm proud of your progress. As little as it may seem, I am proud of you. You're doing great. That's my message to you today. You can control your addictions. It's just up to you. Keep going. You got this, Danny. I'm out.